Los Angeles, March 1983. The air inside the Shrine Auditorium vibrated with an almost tangible electricity as limousines lined the circular drive outside, their headlights piercing the evening darkness like scattered diamonds. Inside the historic venue, the atmosphere crackled with the particular energy that accompanies gatherings of entertainment royalty. The occasion was James Brown's 50th birthday celebration concert. Not merely a performance, but a convergence of musical giants, a night when legends would pay homage to the godfather of soul, the man whose innovations had shaped their own artistic journeys. What no one present that evening could have anticipated, what would only be fully understood through the perspective of subsequent music history, was how a seemingly routine celebrity gathering would transform into a watershed moment when two revolutionary forces in American popular music would share stage for first time, creating visual manifestation of parallel artistic journeys typically positioned as rivalry rather than complementary expressions of Black musical genius approaching similar cultural moment from different creative directions. In separate dressing rooms positioned with deliberate distance between them, two young artists prepared for appearances that neither had planned as direct interaction, but which circumstance would transform into unexpected collaboration. Michael Jackson, 24 years old and riding the unprecedented success of Thriller, sat in characteristic pre-performance stillness, his slender frame already costumed in the black sequin jacket and single glove that were rapidly becoming his signature look following his electrifying Motown 25 television performance. Prince Rogers Nelson, also 24 and fresh off the breakthrough success of 1999, occupied separate space backstage, his preparation carrying the controlled chaos that defined his creative process. Music playing at volume that would have been considered intrusive in any other context, last-minute adjustments to his already flamboyant outfit that pushed boundaries of both gender and genre categorization. If this story of unexpected musical convergence moves you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing these powerful moments when music history was made through unexpected connections between legendary artists. Neither artist could have fully appreciated in that moment how completely the entertainment industry and public had cast them as rivals. As opposing forces in competition, neither had explicitly entered. Music journalists, seeking narrative framework for understanding two revolutionary talents emerging simultaneously, had constructed storylines of contrast and competition. Michael as mainstream perfectionist, Prince as provocative outsider. Michael as global phenomenon, Prince as critical darling. Michael breaking barriers through palatability, Prince through confrontation. These manufactured narratives had created subtext to their simultaneous appearances at this significant cultural event, their performances inevitably viewed through lens of comparison rather than individual artistic merit. The evening's program had been carefully structured to highlight various artists paying tribute to James Brown's revolutionary contributions to American music. When Michael was introduced, when he took the stage to acknowledge the man whose performance style had influenced his own artistic development since childhood, the audience response was immediate and overwhelming. Recognition of artists ascending to unprecedented cultural position through combination of extraordinary talent and meticulous creative discipline. His brief but electrifying performance displayed the particular alchemy that defined his artistic peak. Technical excellence serving authentic emotional expression, precise execution enhancing rather than limiting genuine feeling. As Michael concluded his tribute, as he acknowledged the standing ovation with characteristic humility that somehow enhanced rather than diminished his essential command of the space, something unexpected happened. Moment of spontaneous convergence that transcended planned programming to create genuine cultural significance beyond scheduled entertainment. James Brown himself, moved by Michael's obvious respect and artistic acknowledgement, invited him back to center stage with expansive gesture containing both appreciation and challenge characteristic of artistic tradition where respect and competitive excellence coexist without contradiction. The hardest working man in show business wants to see you move, Brown declared, statement containing both genuine appreciation and playful challenge to witness Michael's legendary dance abilities in direct response rather than prepared performance. The audience immediately understood significance of this unplanned moment. Spontaneous recognition between artistic generations, acknowledgement of lineage transcending planned programming to create genuine exchange between influential predecessor and evolutionary successor within Black performance tradition. We'd love to hear your thoughts about unexpected musical collaborations that changed history. Have you witnessed artists from different backgrounds create magical moments together? Share your experiences in the comments below. What happened next defied typical celebrity interaction narratives. Not carefully negotiated appearance with parameters established through representatives, but spontaneous artistic response emerging from genuine recognition and respect. Michael, momentarily hesitant but rapidly recalibrating to unexpected situation, began moving with characteristic precision that somehow contained both technical excellence and emotional authenticity. His body becoming visual embodiment of music's physical manifestation through uniquely evolved vocabulary that acknowledged Brown's foundational influence while demonstrating evolutionary development beyond imitation to genuine artistic innovation. The audience response approached frenzy, recognition of witnessing unplanned moment of significant cultural transmission, of artistic lineage made visible through physical expression rather than merely verbal acknowledgement. Brown's expression revealed genuine appreciation beyond promotional consideration, recognition of his own artistic approach having evolved through younger performers' unique interpretation and expansion rather than simple replication. The particular satisfaction of influential artists witnessing continuing evolution rather than terminal influence. As this unplanned exchange approached natural conclusion, as Michael prepared to exit stage following genuinely significant cultural moment that had transcended planned entertainment, James Brown's attention shifted toward another figure in the audience. Another young artist whose work similarly represented evolution of Black musical tradition through revolutionary approach, incorporating multiple influences into distinctive artistic vision, defying conventional categorization or limitation. Prince, Brown called out, spotting the distinctive figure in audience where he had been observing rather than performing, his planned appearance scheduled for later segment within carefully structured program, now yielding to spontaneous convergence beyond organizational control or prediction. The young brother who's been tearing up the charts with 1999, Let the Crowd See You. The moment created immediate tension beyond conventional celebrity gathering. Unplanned juxtaposition of artists carefully positioned as rivals by industry narrative, direct comparison neither had sought, but which circumstances had suddenly created beyond management control or media construction. The audience immediately understood potential significance. Attention shifting with collective movement, suggesting recognition of potentially historic conjunction beyond scheduled programming or anticipated entertainment value. Prince's reaction defied easy categorization. Momentary hesitation suggesting genuine surprise at unplanned spotlight rather than strategic consideration, followed by characteristic decisiveness that had defined his approach to artistic expression since earliest professional development. Rather than declining unexpected invitation or offering token acknowledgement from audience position, he moved toward stage with deliberate steps, carrying confidence that some observers might have interpreted as confrontational, but which contained more complex emotional landscape beneath surface presentation. What followed transcended typical awards show interaction or celebrity acknowledgement. Not polite exchange or professional recognition, but genuine artistic conversation through performance itself, through shared musical language beyond verbal communication or conventional interaction. Prince took center stage with characteristic intensity, his movement vocabulary demonstrating alternative approach to similar artistic challenges Michael had addressed through different but equally revolutionary techniques. His physical expression containing particular combination of technical virtuosity and emotional authenticity that paralleled, yet distinctly contrasted with Michael's approach moments earlier. The audience reaction revealed immediate recognition of witnessing something beyond planned entertainment. Spontaneous convergence of revolutionary forces typically positioned as competitive alternatives rather than complementary expressions of similar artistic impulse approaching parallel cultural position from different creative directions. Their appreciation contained none of the competitive evaluation media narratives had constructed, but rather genuine recognition of witnessing multiple manifestations of Black artistic excellence through different but equally significant approaches to similar evolutionary challenge. Expanding musical tradition through individual interpretation rather than reproduction, through innovation rather than imitation. What happened next entered realm of music mythology. Moment recounted with varying details through subsequent decades, but whose essential truth transcended specific factual variations to represent genuine cultural significance beyond its immediate context. James Brown, recognizing unprecedented opportunity beyond scheduled programming, made spontaneous suggestion that transformed planned individual appearances into unexpected collaboration. Direct artistic conversation between performers typically positioned as rivals rather than potential collaborators. "Let's see you two cats together," he suggested, statement containing both playful challenge and serious artistic proposition. Opportunity to witness complementary approaches to similar evolutionary challenge through direct comparison beyond media construction or industry narrative. The suggestion created immediate anticipation throughout venue. Recognition of potentially historic convergence beyond scheduled entertainment, of cultural moment transcending promotional consideration or planned programming. The moment that followed contained tension beyond typical performance anxiety, genuine uncertainty about how artistic approaches positioned as oppositional might interact through direct juxtaposition. How performers typically separated through deliberate management strategies might navigate unexpected collaboration beyond planned appearance or carefully controlled interaction. Michael and Prince briefly acknowledged each other with nods, containing complexity beyond simple greeting. Recognition of shared position within unique cultural space few others could genuinely comprehend regardless of commercial success or critical appreciation. What emerged through their brief but significant shared performance was not competition but conversation. Artistic exchange through movement and musical response rather than verbal communication or conscious collaboration. Each demonstrated distinctive approach to similar challenges, individual interpretation of shared influences, personal vocabulary developed through parallel but separate engagement with similar artistic traditions and evolutionary responsibilities. Their performances revealed complementary rather than oppositional relationship between apparently contrasting approaches, different paths towards similar destination, distinct voices addressing complementary aspects of shared cultural experience. The audience response transcended typical entertainment appreciation to approach something closer to witnessing cultural watershed. Recognition of artificial barriers dissolving through direct artistic exchange, of supposed rivalry revealing itself as complementary expression rather than genuine opposition when experienced directly rather than through media construction or marketing categorization. Their appreciation contained none of the comparative evaluation industry narratives had encouraged, but rather celebration of diversity within unified tradition, of multiple valid approaches to similar evolutionary challenge within Black musical expression. As the impromptu collaboration concluded, as the two artists acknowledged audience response with characteristic gestures that maintained individual identity while suggesting mutual recognition rather than competitive positioning, something subtle but significant had shifted in the cultural understanding of their relationship. Not through conscious strategy or planned presentation, but through spontaneous artistic exchange beyond management control or media construction. What had been positioned as rivalry through external narrative revealed itself as complementary contribution through direct experience, as parallel exploration of similar artistic territory through different but equally valid approaches. In subsequent years, as both artists continued evolving along trajectories that occasionally intersected but more often developed in separate spheres of influence, This spontaneous first stage meeting acquired additional significance through historical perspective unavailable in immediate moment. What initially registered as interesting entertainment moment gradually transformed through retrospective understanding into symbolic representation of artificial divisions often imposed upon Black artistic expression through commercial categorization or marketing strategy. The particular limitations created when complementary approaches become positioned as oppositional alternatives rather than diverse expressions within unified tradition. If this story has touched you, if it has offered new perspective on artistic relationships, often defined through competitive framing rather than complementary contribution, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who might appreciate this glimpse beyond manufactured rivalries to authentic artistic exchange between revolutionary forces in American popular music whose contributions, though distinct in approach and expression, collectively expanded possibilities for subsequent generations through parallel innovation rather than oppositional competition. What remains most significant about this spontaneous first meeting? This unplanned stage, sharing beyond scheduled programming or anticipated interaction, wasn't specific performance details that varied through subsequent retellings, but rather symbolic representation of artificial limitations dissolving through direct artistic exchange, of supposed rivals revealing complementary contributions through spontaneous collaboration beyond media construction or marketing categorization. In music landscape increasingly defined by genre limitations and commercial segmentation, such moments of boundary dissolution offer valuable reminder about artificial nature of divisions often imposed upon artistic expression through industry categorization rather than inherent creative differences or genuine artistic opposition. When music historians examine watershed moments in popular culture evolution, when cultural analysts identify significant intersections where artificial boundaries momentarily dissolved to reveal more complex reality beneath simplified narrative. This spontaneous first meeting between Michael Jackson and Prince on James Brown's birthday celebration stage inevitably appears as symbolic representation of complementary rather than competitive relationship between revolutionary approaches to similar evolutionary challenge, different paths towards shared destination, distinct voices collectively expanding possibilities through parallel innovation rather than genuine rivalry or artistic opposition.